Hi everyone, welcome back to another super awesome Zero to Hero class today, working on shoulders and back muscles. This is so important for muscular balance. In yoga, we do a lot of forward body strength, like a lot of planks and a lot of forward folds. Everything's forward body. So what we need to do is really pay extra special attention to our back body strength, things that will help us not slouch, to counteract our like scrolling posture, right? Like, right? Yeah, you do it. You do. Anyway, maybe you don't. I'm holding on to this block so that I remember to tell you that you might want a block for today's practice. Nice to have, not need to have, but we have a fun-filled class today. It's a fairly short class today, 45 minutes-ish, give or take. Depends on how quickly we get started. So let's just get her done, okay? I'll set my block aside here. We'll get into our centering posture. So finding a balasana, child's pose, or whatever pose is good for you. Take a moment, getting all settled in. Just a couple deep breaths. Specifically thinking about melting on the exhales. And then taking the next few moments to set an intention for your practice. With so many benefits to yoga, just picking one of them. You can pick anything you want, or if you want it to be sort of themed, thinking back body strong. And what that does is it increases our good posture. So maybe thinking something along the lines of confidence, standing tall, standing your ground, any of those things, or of course, whatever you want to gain from yoga today. Taking a moment to find that intention, set that intention, and let it resonate within you. And from here, taking 3 slow, deep breaths through the nose, really expansive breaths, letting those ribs expand in all directions, feeling nice and wide on every inhale, and squeezing out that last puff of air on every exhale, making room for fresh new air to enter. Taking all the time you need. And when you're ready, make your way all the way up and back to that first downward facing dog. Up and back. Take your time. You know the drill. Maybe walking it out a little bit. Maybe shifting hips side to side. And then send the feet forward all the way to the top, landing with the feet parallel, and allow the head to hang for a few moments, decompressing the spine, including the neck, softening there. And slowly ragdoll, one vertebra at a time, all the way up to standing. I'm taller than I thought when I set the camera up. So don't mind the top of me. Just cut off, it'll cut off like the crazy top knot I have going on today. And my apologies if that's distracting, but luckily, ta-da, here we go. Starting up at the top of your mat, heels and toes together. Fingertips reaching for the floor. Crown of the head reaching for the sky. Belly scooping in. Here we go. Inhale, raise the arms way up high. On the exhale, gliding forward, nice and smooth. Remember to use the glutes. Inhale, looking up to the horizon for flat back. And exhale down, heading back to a strong plank. Belly scooping in and lowering, chaturanga. Elbows tucked in tight. Inhaling for cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Few deep breaths, maybe walking it out again. If you've still got a little bit of Rice Krispies to work out. And send the feet forward all the way to the top. Inhaling for flat back. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, use the glutes all the way up, reaching up high, getting taller. And exhale to a tall mountain. And again, inhale, a little bit quicker this time. Exhale, gliding forward. Inhale for flat back. Exhale down, heading back through plank and lowering, chaturanga. Inhale for cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Few deep breaths. And send the feet forward all the way to the top. Inhaling for flat back. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, reaching up high, getting taller. And exhale to a tall mountain. Just one more to warm up. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, gliding forward. Inhale for flat back. Exhale down, heading back through plank. And lower, chaturanga. Inhaling up, wide open shoulders. And exhale, downward facing dog. Couple deep breaths. From here, let's lower through hands and knees. Gonna get my timer. Heading into our first little conditioning exercise. It's my favorite. Dolphin something. Okay? So if you want to use a block, placing my hands on the outsides of the block. I know it's hard to see my hands in this angle. I've got this tiny little space. So some people like to do the thumbs. Oops, where's the camera? Like that. I prefer to have the thumbs completely on the outside, just for maximum good alignment. Okay, I'm going to start our timer. From here, quickly pull the pants up and then tuck the toes under hips, go up and back for your dolphin. Just a couple moments here. And either stay in your dolphin for the whole duration, or if you want extra challenge, you can alternate heading into one-legged down dog. One leg goes up. Use the glutes, 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 glutes. It doesn't have to be high, just use the glutes. And lower. Other side, glutes, 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 glutes. And just keep alternating nice and slow, just to kind of add a little bit extra fun. Remember, you can take rest whenever you need to. And pop back in when you can. Breathing deep. We're already in the home stretch. Couple more deep breaths here. And gently lower all the way to child's pose. Forehead rests on a block or the floor. And come on up. Heading into the next super fun, awesome exercise are wide push-ups. I think we did this one last time we did shoulders and back. So usually in yoga we have like triceps push-ups. In this one, step the hands wide apart, like mat width apart. And in this one, we will let the elbows go out to the sides. So you actually will feel the back muscles working as well, like your lats a little bit, okay? Flipping it over, you can have the knees lowered or knees up. Either way, taking breaks when you need to, and begin whenever you're ready. And just keep going. That's it. That's the whole fun. Try to make it more about the core than anything else. So belly scooping in, especially as you descend. So pelvic floor pulls up, belly scoops in as you lower. And then your belly pulls you back up again. And keep trying that. It'll make the body feel much, much lighter. And if you're like, oh, I'm tired, you can always lower down to your knees. And if you were on your knees and you're still tired, head into child's pose for a moment. Or just hang out here for a moment. Go slower. Okay, so it's not about how many can you do necessarily. It's just keep going as much as you can. Make it about the core. Pelvic floor pulls up, belly scoops in. Keep going. If you can, also try to sort of target the lats. If not, if you're like, I'm just trying to survive, that's okay. Belly scoops in, pelvic floor pulls up. So core, 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 lats, lats, lats. Back body strength. Keep going. We're almost done. Last few seconds. And child's pose. Oh, that's a gooder. That's a good one. Couple deep breaths, really softening. And from here, coming onto your belly for some cobra ups. So what we'll do is we'll start the timer right now because we can. Starting in just cobra, regular cobra for a stretch. Feeling the heart melt forward, forward, forward. Couple deep breaths. Then we're lowering, so remove the weight little by little from the hands. The back tries to stay upright, So you're descending with a bit of resistance, okay, and keep going. So pressing up with the arms, The back doesn't want to let you go. Keep going. Nice and slow at your own pace. When you're lowering with resistance, try to keep your shoulders down away from the ears and back a little bit. So shoulder blades squeeze together. Each and every time. We're almost done. Taking breaks at any point you need to. Last one. From here, you can head into child's pose or just like pancake for a moment. Pancake pose, otherwise known as revolved shavasana, for a little rest. And then we'll prepare for, do I have enough space? Tees, where we need to be on our belly, arms out to the sides. You might not see my arms, but they're there. Ready? Squeeze the legs together, nose to the mat, arms up by your sides. Take a peek, look over. Are they directly out from your shoulders? And the arms go up. Doesn't have to be high. Keep the back of the neck long. Scoop the belly in, almost like you're trying to lift the belly up and off the floor, tucking the tailbone under even. And keep going, taking rest whenever you need to. When we're working on things that take a long time to do, try to dig deep for that willpower. Obviously, don't let yourself go to the point of straining. But if you're about to quit and it's just because you're tired, try to go just a second longer. And this is how we build strength. When you're fatigued, just hold just a second longer. As long as you've still got the integrity of the pose, the shoulders are down away from the ears, belly scooping in and up. Try to go just a little bit longer than you think you can each time before you take a rest. In the home stretch, shoulders away from the ears, belly scoops in, tucking the tailbone under. Really good posture for those last few final moments. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Hanging out in just pancake pose or whatever feels right. Maybe a child's pose. Or you're just hanging on your forearms like me. Whatever feels okay. I'm actually going to go to this one, the pancake one. It's funny, my muscles are feeling fatigued, but so is my brain. Couple more moments. Okay. Heading into our last one of this set. Okay, and it's Y's. So it's just like we did last time, very similar, but instead of a T position, it's a Y position. Okay, so doubling down on the shoulders, down away from the ears. I'm going to start the timer right now. Okay, so shoulders away from the ears, tuck the tailbone under, and it doesn't have to move very high off the floor, if at all. We're going. This one should feel more awkward than the other, because it is. It's harder. It just is. Oops. Keep going. I jumped over the timer, but we'll stop shortly before it's supposed to be over. Keep going. We're good. Those were very enthusiastic whys and just dumped over the timer. Remember, if you need to take a little rest, you can take a little rest and hop back in when you can. Almost done. I just took another little rest there because it's totally, totally allowed. And release. Child's pose. If your arms will let you go up and back, mine just about didn't there. You can maybe see my arm shaking. I just want to point that out because no matter how in shape you are, like not saying that I'm in super good shape, but there's always stronger. Like there's always stronger. So taking rest at any point is the name of the game. So taking our little rest here. Couple deep breaths. And come on up. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to fly through all those one more time. But just like last time, remember, the second round, you might not do the whole thing. Or you might do, even if you didn't do the whole thing this last time, like I didn't, you might do less the second round. So I have a 2-minute timer. But remember, I'm choosing a timer that I think you will fail at. Fail is not a bad word. In fact, I heard of this one story. I'll be really quick, I promise. I don't remember her name, but her father was a very successful business person. And apparently at dinner every night, he would say to his kids, "What did you fail at today?" And he would not relent until they told him something that they failed at. And if they had nothing, he would say, "Oh, that's too bad." You know, like I'm picking a time and an amount of exercise that I'm assuming or hoping that is a little bit above all of us so that we have something to work towards. Take rest when you need it. It's not about make it all the way to the timer, like eventually, but don't stress. Otherwise it won't be fun, okay? No stress, 0 to hero. We're not even like halfway done. So relax. Here we go for that first one, which is dolphin. I'm pretty sure I'll be taking quite a few breaks because my arms are just, they're shaking, which is how they get stronger. Shaking is weakness leaving the body. So here we go. Setting yourself up for your dolphin. I'm going to flip our timer over and we go again. So hips go up and back. I can feel shaking already. And that's good. Weakness is leaving the body. If you want to add in, one leg goes up and then it goes down, feel free. If not, that's okay too. If you do, nice and slow. Breathing deep. Come up to the home stretch now. Maybe you're still alternating legs going up one at a time. Maybe not. I need a little rest. If you're keeping going, hold on. Take rest when you need. Jump back in when you can. Last little bit here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find a child's pose. I think that's the hardest one of our set, and we're all done that one. Couple deep breaths, taking your little rest. Okay, moving on to our wide push-ups. I for sure will need rest for this one. Okay, I'm actually going to start with my knees on the floor because we can. Ready? Here we go. Nice wide stance, knees back. If you're like, I'm dying, trust me, so am I. And it's okay. We're almost on the whole class. Whoa! Rubber arms. Go, go, gadget arms. Here we go. Breaking as much as you need to. Try to keep going as much as you can. Going just a little bit longer than you think you can. Pelvic floor pulls up, belly scoops in. Make it more about the core than anything else. Keep going. That's also how we access our willpower. So pull the belly in to access that willpower, that inner strength. I'm taking a little rest. You can keep going or you can take a little rest. And if you do, just pop back in when you can. We're definitely in the home stretch now though. And child's pose. Oof, couple deep breaths. And then come on up to your bellies. We'll prepare for our cobra ups. I'm going to start our timer right now. Here we go. Starting with just regular cobra, feeling a nice stretch. And then slowly release using those back muscles. For extra challenge, keep your legs together, squeezing them together. At your own pace, using those back muscles strong. Shoulder blades together and down the back. That's over the halfway point right now. Last little bit. when you're done, either take a pancake pose or a child's pose. Just hang out like this maybe, taking a second. I'll do a quick pancake pose here. Heading into our last two strength postures, and that's it. And it's the ones on our bellies, our T's and our Y's. So they're awkward, but not as hard as all those other ones we just did. So in the home stretch of our whole class, it's almost all done. And then we'll be sad that it's all over. Ready? Heading into our T's. So arms out in a T position, out to your sides. Double check that they're right straight up from the shoulders, shoulders down away from the ears. Scoop the belly and tuck the tailbone under, and arms go up and up and up. It doesn't have to be high. Main thing is that the shoulders are down and tailbone's tucked under. Technically, pelvis is neutral, but we get neutral by thinking about it tucking under. Breathing deep. Remember to rest if you need to. It's not about pushing too far. It's about pushing our own boundaries. In the home stretch, double check shoulders down, scooping the belly in. Remember, you can take rest. I'm going to take a quick little rest. Hop back in whenever you can. Five, four, three, two, one. And we're done. Take a little rest, a nice little pancake pose or something. There's only one left to go. It's nice to really enjoy those rests in between. Like, I feel perfect right now. And then in 1 minute, I'll be fighting for it. But then one short minute after that, it'll feel great again. Okay, so gather that internal strength, that willpower. We've only got one left. Here we go. Heading into our Y's. I'm starting the timer now. So getting your arms in a nice wide position, shoulders down away from the ears. Scoop the belly and tuck the tailbone under. Whenever you're ready, begin. Double checking that we're scooping the belly in, tucking the tailbone under. Shaking is weakness, leaving the body. Last exercise. In the home stretch. for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose, if you can, or pancake. I don't think I can make it to child's pose. I definitely was breaking more than I was doing in that one, and that's okay. Couple deep breaths. Oh, goodness sakes. Okay, I'm gonna do child's pose, but I'm gonna get there very not elegantly. Take a moment. Let your arms soften and relax. If you can make it to child's pose, if not, that's okay too. Give yourself just a few moments of rest. We are done our 2 strength sets. All done. Just tell your body, all done the hard part. It's all over. And we did really good. From here, come on up to seated just for a second. Just one tiny little arm stretch. It's just a tiny, tiny one. It's my favorite. I do it like 20 times a day. I don't know how well my arms will respond, but what we do is we interlace the fingers behind the back. So behind your back, interlace the fingers and stretch. Just a couple deep breaths here for 1 and 2 and release. From here, we are laying down. One quick stretch before Shavasana, laying all the way back for twisted roots. And we'll cross right leg over left. Send the hips over to the right as the knees move over to the left. Just a few deep breaths here, softening and relaxing. As always, that supporting shoulder. Both shoulders are on the floor. Scooping the belly in, press the low back into the floor. Unravel, unwind, and hug the knees in between sides. Other side, left crosses all the way over right. Shift the hips over to the left as the knees move over to the right. And scoop the belly in, press the low back into the floor, unraveling, unwinding. One last time, hugging the knees into your chest. So this is releasing the spine after your twist. So giving those knees an extra little squeeze, feel it in the hips even. Deep breath here. And release into your Shavasana, final resting pose. As always, if you need a little extra support today, feel free to keep those knees bent with the feet on the floor. Otherwise, extending the legs and the arms along your sides, palms facing up, and closing the eyes. Softening everything, everything. Especially through the neck And the shoulders, particularly today, we've worked them really hard today. They did such a good job. Take a moment just to thank your shoulders for showing up today. Softening through the upper arms, the biceps, the triceps, all the muscles in the upper arm, letting them soften. Softening through the lower arms, the wrists, and even the palms and the fingers, all the way to the fingertips, letting the fingers softly curl as they relax. Softening through the chest and the back, the full length of the back, all those muscles around the spine that worked so hard today. Let all those muscles be heavy. Softening through the hips and all the way down the legs, the ankles and the feet. And finally softening through the face, softening around the eyes, and even the muscle between the eyes. Just letting it all go. If you'd like to stay a bit longer, feel free to do so. Otherwise, wiggling fingers and toes, gently roll your head from side to side. Reaching your arms above head on the floor, give yourself a big stretch, feeling totally refreshed. And bending your knees one at a time, and gently roll over to the right side, pausing just for a moment as you come back. And slowly start to press yourself all the way up to a comfortable seated position. When you arrive, palms facing up on the knees. Inhale, sitting up tall, and exhale, softly close the eyes. Taking those final moments to thank yourself for showing up to your practice today and taking care of you. And slowly open the eyes. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Now go relax all those muscles. You did such a good job. I'll see you in the next one. Namaste.